Hi friends. So today we will learn what is Bitcoin. We will understand more about Bitcoin today. In the last session we covered blockchain, which is a technology which is used behind Bitcoin. So let's understand Bitcoin today. Let's start with something fascinating. Imagine a type of money that no country owns, that no bank controls, and that no CEO manages. Yet millions of people use it every day. That money is called Bitcoin. Some people call it digital gold, some call it risky. Some people still don't understand it at all. So today in the next few minutes you and I are going to understand Bitcoin in the simplest way possible. No complicated jargons, no boring lecture, just clear understanding. And by the end, you will finally know why the world is so obsessed with Bitcoin. So there was a problem with the traditional money. We will have to go back to 2008. 2008 is a year known for financial disaster. It was a year when global financial crisis happened. Banks collapsed, markets crashed, and millions of people lost the money. But something more important happened. People lost their trust. Banks controlled the money, governments printed the money, and common people had very little control. At that moment, an unknown creator came up with the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, and Satoshi Nakamoto as a group or as an individual introduced the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a digital currency which is made on the technology of blockchain. The goal was simple. The goal of introducing Bitcoin was simple to create a financial system without banks and full of transparency. The idea was revolutionary. What if money didn't need banks? What if transactions didn't need any approval? And what if trust could be built using technology instead? That is how Bitcoin was born. So now since we are talking so much about Bitcoin, let's get into the definition part of it. So what exactly is Bitcoin? Bitcoin, as in the simpler terms, is just a digital currency. Bitcoin is a digital currency that allows people to send and receive money over the internet. Unlike traditional money, there are no central bank that prints Bitcoin, no government that controls Bitcoin, and there is not a single company that owns Bitcoin. It runs on a technology which is backed by trust. Think of Bitcoin as internet money that works without a central boss. Global, digital, and independent. Now let's see how Bitcoin works. Let's say you want to send money to a friend in another country. This is a classic example of international wire transfer. In traditional method, you go through bank, the bank processes the transaction, another bank receives it, and you have to constantly wait and check the apps which through which you have bank transferred the money for over 20 times, and then there is working hours of the bank involved. It is, and there is a lot of fees transactions involved. You need to give to three intermediaries, you have to pay for the wire transfer. But with Bitcoin it's different. You send Bitcoin directly from your digital wallet to your friend's digital wallet. There is no bank needed, there is no approval required, and there is no official timings involved. It works 24/7. Blockchain networks verify the transaction and records it permanently, by the way. Yeah, you cannot undo the transaction by erasing the records. There is nothing called erasing the. And the most important benefit with this is there is no server down message that you will have to go through. So what is Bitcoin wallet? As I said, the money goes from your Bitcoin wallet to your friend's Bitcoin wallet. So what is a Bitcoin wallet? The Bitcoin wallet is your digital storage. To use Bitcoin, you need a digital wallet. The wallet stores your Bitcoin public address like the account number and the private key, which is a secret password. If the private key is lost, Bitcoin is lost forever. That is, this is a cash. No bank, there is no bank recovery system. If you lost your private key, that means nothing can help you. There is no bank recovery system. So that means for Bitcoin wallet, you need full control and full responsibilities involved. You will lose access to your Bitcoin if you lose a private key, and there is no customer care, there is no reset link, there is no forgot password. So yes, responsibility level here is a slightly higher. There is a another very important concept which is related with Bitcoin is Bitcoin mining. I am sure you must have heard this a lot of times, Bitcoin mining. So now let's talk about this term. This mining does not mean, by the way, digging underground. There is no helmet required. Bitcoin mining is a process of verifying the transaction on the network. Powerful computers solve complex mathematical problems. When they solve the problem, transaction gets verified and gets added to the blockchain. So it is a process of verifying the transaction, and for verifying this transaction you need to solve complex mathematical problems which will validate the transactions, and those valid transactions only get added to the blockchain. And miners for this receive the reward in the form of new bitcoins. This mining also secures the network and keeps the system decentralized. So the miners are the peers to the blockchain networks which mine and validate the transactions. So this helps in the creation of decentralization systems. And what is the motivation for these miners to go ahead and solve complex problems to validate the transactions? Because they are getting rewards in the form of new bitcoins. Now this is a thing, there is the supply of Bitcoin is not unlimited, it is very much limited. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. There is no 22, there is not 50, it's just 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist from the past till the future. Compare this to a traditional currency. Governments can print more and more money, but Bitcoin cannot be printed more. When the supply increases so much for the traditional currency, the value decreases, but Bitcoin has a fixed supply, limited availability. This scarcity is why people call Bitcoin a digital gold. The supply is limited so that the demand keeps on increasing, or at least the demand is stable, which will help Bitcoin maintain its value, and which is unlike the traditional money. Now, if we are learning so much about the Bitcoin, it's very important for us to know the advantages. The first primary advantages, as I told you before, is the trust factor. Another advantage again we saw was the fast global transfer transactions. You from your wallet to your friend's wallet, it gets instantly transferred, and because there are no multiple intermediaries involved, like in the case of banks, there is very less transaction fees because it's a digital direct transfer without the intermediaries who authorize it. You don't get to depend on bank. There is high transparency which increases the trust. It's a decentralized system, so if any one peer in the blockchain is malfunctioning, that will not invalidate the entire chain. And so because Bitcoin is functioning on the blockchain, so with this decentralized system, the Bitcoin gets to reap the benefits of secure blockchain technology. Bitcoin gives full financial control directly to the users, and it makes the user feels more powerful and but slightly scary at first. So, as we already saw, one of the risk of Bitcoin is that when you lose the private key, you lose the control and access on the Bitcoin. So, there are a few risks attached with Bitcoin for sure. And apart from the losing private key risk, there is a risk of price volatility as Bitcoin is traded freely in the market, in the cryptocurrency market. It has ups and downs in the pricing. So it might be a case that you have bought a Bitcoin today for an X amount, but it has reduced. So you can see some losses in Bitcoin. There are no government regulations, so it makes some people feel less secure about Bitcoin. The entire responsibility, as it is not regulated by government, comes on the user. You have to remember your private key, you have to deal with the volatility, and because of these factors, you need to have knowledge about Bitcoin as well as about the investing knowledge beforehand. So you need to know about the macroeconomic concepts along with knowing about the cryptocurrency before investing into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a powerful technology but must be understood before use. Let's be realistic, no. Bitcoin is a powerful technology but it is not a perfect technology. So there are obviously these risks attached to it. Final thoughts. So today you learned why Bitcoin was created, how it works, what mining means, why it has value, advantages and risks of the Bitcoin. These all things we learn today. In the next lesson, we will learn how Bitcoin transactions actually work step by step and how blockchain verifies the transactions which are happening through Bitcoin. Understanding this will make crypto fully clear. So stay curious, stay connected with me. The future of finance is digital. If you have any queries, please comment in my below my videos. I will answer them all. Thank you. Stay connected. Bye.